In the heart of Europe, a political earthquake is rumbling, shaking the very foundations of the continent's unity and identity. Hungary, a nation with a rich history at the crossroads of East and West, now finds itself at the center of a dramatic transformation. Once celebrated as a symbol of successful EU integration, Hungary is now charting a new course under the leadership of Prime Minister Viktor Orban. His government is turning away from Brussels, seeking new alliances and opportunities beyond the traditional Western sphere. On this day, November 17, 2025, Hungary's decisive break with Western liberal democracy is sending shockwaves across Europe. The move is not just political, it's deeply symbolic, challenging the very idea of a unified European identity. Orban argues that the Brussels model is failing, burdened by mounting debt, bureaucratic overreach, and a loss of national identity. He claims that the EU's vision no longer serves the interests of ordinary Hungarians. In its place, Orban champions a distinctly Hungarian model, one that emphasizes national sovereignty, economic self-reliance, and the preservation of traditional values. This vision, he insists, is better suited to the challenges of the 21st century, and resonates with many Hungarians who feel left behind by globalization. Hungary's pivot toward BRICS and China is a calculated gamble on a rapidly shifting global order. By aligning with rising powers in the East, Orban hopes to secure new economic partnerships and political leverage, even as it risks alienating traditional allies. This is far more than a diplomatic disagreement. It marks a profound ideological split that could reshape the future of Europe. The rift is visible not only in politics, but also in the streets, where protests and debates reflect a nation divided over its identity and direction. The unity of the European Union is now under unprecedented strain, as Hungary's shifting allegiances raise difficult questions about the bloc's future and its ability to hold together in the face of internal dissent. As Budapest forges closer ties with Beijing and Moscow, Europe is confronted with a new and potentially destabilizing internal divide. The balance of power on the continent is being tested as never before. Now, the continent must grapple with a critical question. Will Hungary's bold new path lead to greater stability and prosperity, or will it push the nation, and perhaps all of Europe, toward deeper isolation and uncertainty? To truly understand Hungary's recent pivot on the world stage, we must first look at the growing influence of BRICS, an alliance made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. What began as a simple economic term has evolved into a formidable geopolitical alliance, one that is now actively challenging the long-standing dominance of Western powers in global affairs. BRICS is no longer just a concept, it's a movement that's reshaping international relations. The bloc offers its members an alternative to traditional Western-led institutions like the IMF and World Bank, providing more autonomy and a greater say in global economic decisions. For many countries, this means a chance to break free from the constraints and conditions often imposed by the West. In recent years, BRICS has expanded its reach, welcoming energy powerhouses like Saudi Arabia and the UAE. This expansion has not only increased the bloc's economic clout, but also amplified its influence over global energy markets and international diplomacy. For Hungary, joining BRICS is a pragmatic decision. It secures vital energy resources, opens up new markets for Hungarian goods and services, and reduces the country's reliance on Western economies and political structures. This move is about economic survival and future growth. The bloc's strong emphasis on national sovereignty and non-interference in domestic affairs is especially appealing to governments that are wary of outside pressure or intervention. For countries like Hungary, this principle offers a sense of security and control over their own destiny. Hungary, under Prime Minister Viktor Orban, sees BRICS as a unique opportunity to collaborate with major global players on its own terms. By aligning with BRICS, Hungary is signaling its desire to move away from a US-led, unipolar world order and instead embrace a more balanced, multipolar system. The rapid rise of BRICS is a clear signal that the era of uncontested Western dominance is coming to an end. The world is witnessing a shift in power, with new alliances and partnerships forming across continents. For Viktor Orban, this is about more than just foreign policy. It's a comprehensive strategy for Hungary's survival and prosperity in a rapidly changing global landscape. He believes that adapting to this new reality is essential for Hungary's future. Hungary's alignment with BRICS is a bold and calculated step into a multipolar future, where power is shared and new opportunities await those willing to adapt. Hungary's pivot is rooted in a clash of ideologies, the Brussels model versus the Hungarian model. Orbán criticizes the EU for eroding sovereignty and imposing liberal values, from migration to multiculturalism. He argues Brussels overreaches, threatening Hungary's identity and autonomy. In contrast, the Hungarian model prioritizes national sovereignty, a work-based economy, and strong family support. Policies focus on low taxes, self-reliance, and incentives for families, rejecting mass immigration. The government's vision is a community bound by shared history and culture, not liberal individualism. This marks a sharp departure from Western Europe's approach to what it means to be European. Orbán's government is turning ideology into action with sweeping social and economic reforms. Childcare benefits and income tax exemptions for mothers with 3 or more children are now tax-free, boosting birth rates and supporting families. The state rewards service, special allowances for law enforcement and military, and a 13th-month pension for retirees. These aren't isolated handouts, they're part of a strategy to build a strong, family-oriented society. Hungary's approach contrasts with the EU's broad social safety nets, favoring targeted state-led incentives. The government is engineering a society aligned with its conservative values. It's a bold experiment in state-driven social policy. Hungary's eastern pivot is anchored in a deepening partnership with China. China offers investment, technology, and a shared vision of sovereignty, without the political strings attached to EU funds. Major Chinese investments like the Budapest-Belgrade Railway and battery factories are transforming Hungary's economy. This relationship gives Hungary leverage in Brussels and reduces dependence on Western approval. Both countries resist Western criticism on democracy and human rights, fostering solidarity. Hungary sees China's rise as inevitable and wants to secure its place in the new order. Aligning with China is a pragmatic, if risky, move for a small Central European nation. It's Hungary's bid to punch above its weight in a multipolar world. On the issues of Ukraine and energy, Hungary stands apart from its EU and NATO allies, charting a course that often puts it at odds with the Western mainstream. While most European countries have rallied behind Ukraine with military aid and tough sanctions on Russia, Hungary has chosen a markedly different path, prioritizing its own national interests and security concerns. Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has repeatedly called for immediate peace talks, firmly rejecting the Western strategy of arming Ukraine and imposing sweeping sanctions on Russia. He argues that continued escalation only prolongs the conflict and increases the risk for the entire region. Hungary refuses to send weapons to Ukraine or allow military aid to transit its territory, citing national security and the need to keep Hungary out of the war. This policy has drawn criticism from allies, but Orbán insists it is necessary to protect Hungarian citizens. Budapest also opposes EU energy sanctions, arguing that such measures hurt European economies more than they impact Russia. Hungarian officials warn that rising energy prices and shortages could destabilize the continent. Hungary remains heavily dependent on Russian oil and gas, prioritizing affordable and reliable energy for its citizens. The government has secured long-term deals with Moscow to ensure homes stay warm and businesses keep running, even as other EU states seek alternatives. This stance frequently puts Hungary at odds with Brussels, leading to tense negotiations and public disagreements. Yet for Budapest, securing vital energy supplies is a matter of national survival. On Ukraine's potential EU accession, Hungary warns that admitting Ukraine could drag the entire bloc into a direct confrontation with Russia, a risk Orbán says he is unwilling to take, given the stakes for regional peace. The government insists it is pro-peace, not anti-Ukrainian, and advocates for a buffer zone between the EU and Russia to reduce tensions and prevent further escalation. Hungary's approach is pragmatic, focused on stability, economic security, and the long-term national interest, even if it means standing alone within the EU. It's a controversial but consistent policy in a divided Europe, reflecting Hungary's determination to chart its own course amid turbulent times. With elections looming in 2026, Hungary's political battle is heating up. Orbán frames the vote as a choice: Brussels and decline, or sovereignty and stability. Fidesz paints the opposition as agents of foreign interests, threatening popular policies. The party's digital-first campaign mobilizes supporters online, bypassing critical media. Social media and messaging apps are now the main battlegrounds for public opinion. Fidesz's confidence is built on years of dominance and a deep understanding of the electorate. The election will test both the Hungarian model's appeal and the power of digital campaigning. Hungary's future may be decided as much online as at the ballot box. Hungary's break with the EU mainstream presents Europe with two futures: one path deeper division with Hungary as a disruptive force, risking isolation and economic fallout; the other, a radical EU redesign, concentric circles of cooperation, allowing more flexibility for diverse nations. Orbán envisions an outer circle focused on the common market, preserving sovereignty over key issues. This challenges the EU's core principle of ever closer union, but could prevent a total fracture. Hungary's pivot is a symptom of global realignment and the rise of a multipolar world. The choices made in Budapest, Brussels, Berlin, and Paris will shape Europe's fate. Hungary's gamble has forced a long overdue conversation about the continent's future. The question, now division or a new design for Europe?